Now, Mr. Tunji, I'm hoping that you can hear us. I'm going to go ahead and ask my first question. So,
thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Tunji Abdulhameed, from a legal standpoint, how valid is the argument that governors can choose to ignore a Supreme Court ruling on local government autonomy? Could there be any constitutional justification for their defiance?
No, the governors cannot choose to ignore the local government of autonomy because it's governed by the Constitution. The Constitution allows them to have that autonomy. Section 7 of the Constitution provides so, and that there must be democratically elected local government. And that was why we have the Supreme Court judgment that says payment should be paid directly to the local government. That's part of the autonomy of the local government. So no governor has any power to circumvent the Constitution and say that he can do so by way. Although there are some governors that are taking steps. For me, that step is covered by law. Particularly like a state where I think it's Imo State or which states whereby they pass a law to the effect that local government should contribute to the development of the state. Yes, Section 7, Section 3 of the Constitution also allows local government to participate in the economic development of the state. So if in that regard they have asked to make contribution, yes, that would be proper. But that money is for the development of the state, not to go to the governor account directly for the purpose of the governor's spending. Okay, there's no justification under our law.
All right, then.
That governors should circumvent local government administration, democratic administration.
And what legal consequences can governors face for defying a Supreme Court ruling? Are there any mechanisms in place for enforcement, or
No, we are just. It's not even the Supreme Court ruling. We're just talking about Supreme Court ruling. It's there in the Constitution. The Supreme Court only affirmed the provision of the Constitution. It's not even the ruling. It's the Constitution. The Supreme Court are even they are regulated by the Constitution as well, and they only affirm the provision of the Constitution that local governments should be given their allocation directly. Even that law, which allows state and local government to have joint accounts, did not say they should collect the money for the purpose of spending. They just should collect it and share it back to the local government. But unfortunately, we have governors in our state whereby they will collect the money and then they do whatever they want to do with it. Yeah, and that's what the Supreme Court has said, that look, governor, you have no power to retain this money into your own account. When you collect this money, you give it to them. But now they even say pay it directly to them. So paying directly to local government, there's no way the governor can circumvent that, because governors are not the one paying it. They be paid directly from the CBN or wherever that's coming from. So there's no way they can corner that kind of money. So if that money thereafter is given to the governor, that will not be governor's fault. That will be the fault of the local government chairman. So we cannot say because a local government has decided to share or give his money to the state governor, we will be blaming the state governor for that. No, the local government chairman has the responsibility of accounting for every money that goes into his account.
Now, let's talk about the delineation between executive and judiciary in Nigeria here. How does the defiance of the Supreme Court ruling by the state governors affect the separation of powers between the executive and judiciary? Does this raise concerns about the independence of the judiciary?
How do I do what?
Does it raise any concerns about the independence of the judiciary?
What is that? What is that particular question you are?
I'm asking about the defiance of the Supreme Court ruling by the state governors. How does it affect the separation of powers between executive and judiciary?
It does not at all. Everybody has his role. The judiciary has the responsibility of interpreting the law, and what they have done is to interpret the law, and they say that this is the law. So they have done what is given to them under the Constitution. Section 6 allows give the power to determine issue and interpret issue on the Supreme Court. So they doing that job does not mean they are interfering. They are not directing them. They are merely interpreting what the Constitution provides.
All right, Mr. Tunji, thank you very much.
So
thank you very much for your expert views, Mr. Tunji Abdulhameed.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
All right, then.